Hello Aquarius, welcome to your tarot card reading for March 2023. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. For those of you who are new here, my name is Jane. Thank you all so much for being here. So March is a huge month, and astrologically, we astrologers have been looking at March 2023 for a really long time. Now, I am going to be posting the astrology segments in a separate video in the next couple of days. So this video is only going to be the tarot card reading. But if you want to get notified for that astrology segment, please make sure to subscribe and hit the little bell because there is just so much going on in March. It's definitely one of the months that's like a must see, must pay attention, must know. So anyway, this video is only going to be the tarot card reading. Please make sure to check out your sun, moon, or rising sign. And if you're here for love, you're more than welcome to check out your Venus sign as well. And with that being said, let's go ahead and get straight into the reading. Hello Aquarius, welcome to your March 2023 tarot card reading. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what comes through for Aquarius for March. Let's see here, we have... Okay, I'm seeing like rocket energy, like there's a rocket that's going somewhere very specific, okay? However, it's going to require you to get out of some kind of cycle or circle, or to get out of some kind of pattern or something that just really, I'm not saying it's not working for you, but it has reached its limits in terms of how much it's going to keep working for you. This is requiring you to inherently change, okay? It's requiring you to change on a more cellular or a neurological level. You may be working on, now this was a big message that kind of came through actually, I think it was January. So a couple of months ago we were quote unquote retraining our brains is what I was saying, okay? But I feel like it has come to a pinnacle moment in time for Aquarius here. And this probably has a lot to do with the fact that Pluto is coming into your sign. Saturn is leaving, Pluto is dipping in. March, just generally a massive month, but it is especially massive for Aquarius and Pisces because of these transitions that are going on. And it's like, it's not that you have to try to make these inherent changes within yourself. It's just that this is just what's happening. That's the thing with Pluto, is it's not something we can like go in and make happen or go in and control. It's just this dark underlying driving force that's pushing everything to the surface. And for you, it's going to be really positive, I think, with that rocket energy. It's like, okay, Aquarius, if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a place in life that you are wanting to be, or something that you are wanting to create, or something you are wanting to manifest, I would honestly take the first week in March to seriously think about it. Because the more and more attention and energy you give to this dream or goal, the more likely you are to inherently change into the exact person that you need to be in order to accomplish that, okay? I'm also feeling a lot of spirituality coming through for Aquarius as well. I'm feeling the energy of a temple, okay? For some reason, the image of the Taj Mahal is coming out. So there's a temple quality. There's a sacred space quality. Now, some of you have actual sacred spaces, like maybe a room in your house or your garden or someplace you really love to be. Others of you may treat your physical body in that way and understand the importance of your physical body in your spiritual journey, all right? And understanding that caring for your physical body as though it was a temple. Now, I know we say your body is a temple all the time. There's this show on Netflix, I think it was called Pyramid Codes, and it was like a 5 or 6 part series or something, and they interviewed a bunch of Egyptologists and a bunch of, historians and things like that, and one person, and I will never ever forget this, it was like imprinted on my brain, like branded in my brain, And basically he said it's kind of funny because on one of these walls of the temples, the hieroglyphs says something to the effect of humans will keep building temples until they realize they are the temple. And maybe Aquarius is starting to have some kind of epiphanies in that regard. Hold on, I'm not ready to take those yet. Well, I feel bad not taking them. I guess we'll just take them. But yeah, so you may have some kind of epiphanies in terms of how you treat yourself, how you talk to yourself, and understanding the sacredness of that relationship, the relationship you have with yourself. And that in turn may help you change on that more cellular or molecular level for this rocket to really start to take off. Okay. So, okay, well, I'm glad I pulled both because we got the Wheel of Fortune card here, which we love. Justice is fine as well. So this is kind of what the universe needs from you. First and foremost, it needs you to understand that you're perfectly safe. It needs you to understand that everything is okay. Everything is balancing out. Everything is working out. If you have been struggling, which I wouldn't be surprised, you've had Saturn in your sign for the past couple of years, plus it was in the 12th house as well for a couple of years before that too. So maybe it's just been a really long haul of difficult stuff. And maybe you've still been able to accomplish things, but maybe the sense of satisfaction has been a little bit difficult to come by. Ultimately, things are starting to even out for Aquarius. And Pluto, as destructive as he can be, is also a rectifier. Okay, he comes in for rectification and comes in to redeem. So we tend to have balance through that. We tend to have some sort of karmic vindication, especially if someone wronged us or whatever the case may be. So it's possible that we may start seeing, not only in ourselves, but in the lives of other people, that they are going to start experiencing the karma that, they also deserve. And for you, I think that karma is quite positive with that Wheel of Fortune, that you're going to start feeling things easing up. You're going to start feeling things opening and opportunities and possibilities starting to become more and more real. So what's going on in the environment? This is going to be a main character in your story. Okay. Oh, the Knight of Cups. He came out, I think it was for Capricorn last night as well. The Knight of Cups, inherently a good person. My struggle with the Knight of Cups this month is that he feels a little too romantic and he doesn't feel very grounded in the reality of a situation. And he doesn't feel very, I don't get a sense that he has fully wrapped his head around what it's going to take to achieve a goal. He might be romanticizing the goal, but doesn't really have the willpower or the strength or the knowledge or the wisdom or life experience in order to make that goal a reality. These people are kind of problematic because they talk big. They are definitely dreamers. And again, they mean well. And I think this is an inherently good person. They do have a really good heart. They care. They're intuitive. They're creative. They're passionate. And that's good. But I think what Aquarius needs right now is a partner or a person that can come on this ride with them. And not someone who's just gonna fantasize about having something, but someone who can really get in the trenches and make it happen. For some reason, I feel like spirituality got really, really, really high last year. It was almost like a euphoric high, and I think that had a lot to do with Jupiter being in Pisces. And then this year it came crashing down to earth, where the spirituality and the spiritual lessons is more rooted in relationships and materialistic goals. And also maybe that had a lot to do with the node transition as well from 21 into 22. It became more materialistic, more realistic, and the spiritual experiences that we're meant to have not so much through spirituality and meditation and spiritual practice and healing, but much more so through taking action and achievement and materialistic goals and connection with other people. And those were the vehicles through which we were to learn our quote unquote spiritual lessons. Okay. But I think this Knight of Cups got trapped in the clouds. They never got grounded. They never came back down to earth. And I think that's going to rub Aquarius the wrong way. I think it's going to be quite agitating because there's not a lot you can do when someone is up in the clouds, because it's hard to have a real conversation with someone like that. It's hard to plan, and it's hard to rely on someone like that. So if you do have some kind of a dreamer in your space, in your sphere, I would be cautious. 9 of Wands. I would be really, really cautious. And I would be hesitant to recommend you committing yourself in any way, shape, or form to someone who has exhibited their dreamer nature. Now, again, it's one thing to have dreams. That's great. Having dreams is amazing. But if they are not connected with a set of goals and actions to achieve those goals, then they are just a dreamer, and that's it. Okay? Patience for that will wear thin real quick. So you have to be careful and you have to be discerning. Now, the Hanged Man to me is a suggestion of taking your time to make these sort of discernments. Because usually when the Hanged Man comes out, we are coming into a greater consciousness. Our perspective is getting higher. Our point of view is expanding. And I'm wondering if there isn't someone, now it might be the Knight of Cups, or it might be other people, or maybe multiple other people. You might be changing your entire perspective on a whole group of people. Or on, the place that you work, or with your group of friends, or even with your family members. It's like how you're seeing everything is completely changing. And this is all happening based in evidence with that Justice card. See, there's a blindfold on here. It's not that you are casting judgments. It's not that you're putting yourself up on a pedestal and saying, I'm better than you because of X, Y, and Z reasons. It's that you are letting people show you who they truly are. And you're sitting back casually, relaxed, receptively, and allowing everyone to project exactly their truest intentions in their heart. And I actually think this is you, Aquarius, this King of Wands. There is a discernment, but there's also an extraordinary high intelligence. Now, one thing we like to notice about this card is the salamander here, which is in a full circle, indicating a completion, indicating that the King of Wands is whole and complete within himself. And Aquarius, you do seem to be operating from an inherent place of wholeness. You're not broken. You're not, we're all fragmented to a degree, but for the sake of this reading, you're not fragmented. You're not torn in half. You're not operating from a traumatized state. You're operating from a fully integrated high intelligence point, which is why there's that patience here to let people show you who they are. And you're not reacting, right? Remember, your body is your temple here. Just because you have an emotion does not mean you are going to have to act or jump on that emotion. You can feel the emotion and you can understand the emotion, but still use your practical and intellectual mind to make decisions moving forward. There might be an emotional connection with this Knight of Cups, but at the end of the day, if they are showing you Now, I think probably one of the reasons why they're behaving the way they are is simply due to a lack of life experience. Maybe this is someone who had it easy, Or maybe this is someone who's operating from a lot of fear. So they have big dreams, but they are terrified of the work that is associated with making them real. Okay? I know you have a lot of compassion for that person, although I don't necessarily think you see yourself in them. I think you see kind of a place you don't want to be in them. So it's hard when you have a soft spot in your heart for a Knight of Cups. You know, because you do love them, and to a degree, maybe you want to take care of them or you want to help them. But I think there's too much at stake. And the best way to really help them is to go on and to achieve and to make this happen and to show them exactly what it takes so that they can come back down to earth, so that they can, really see what is needed in order for that accomplishment to become real. Okay, I'm really liking the King energy because it's so strong. And I think, Aquarius, you're tapping into your divine masculine, which is amazing. This is all driven for happiness and fulfillment. Now, I'm not saying that you have to be anywhere other than where you are in order to have that happiness or fulfillment. But I do think Aquarius right now is going to find a lot of fulfillment and satisfaction through a new journey, through tackling some entirely new creative endeavor, through going out there and making new amounts of money and doing something complete. Now, I'm not saying you're completely abandoning your skill set. I think you're going to still use your skill set and be able to leverage that in a really high quality way, okay? But you might be using that skill set in a different capacity. And I think that's what makes this fun. That's what makes this exciting. And when I'm talking about you changing on a molecular or neurological level, it's basically you becoming a different person. Your brain changes, your chemistry changes, therefore you are a different person. Okay? Three of Swords. I think there are going to be casualties in everyone's life. There are going to be sacrifices. And Aquarius, you are probably going to have to sacrifice a relationship or sacrifice a place of comfort or whatever it might be. But there is going to be some kind of a sacrifice. There's going to be some kind of a disappointment. Whether it's on your part or on the part of another person. You may have to let someone else down. Sometimes that's the best thing you can do for another person because it's the best thing you can do for yourself. And I'm not saying to go around, maliciously hurting people, all right? But sometimes that honest truth is exactly what another person needs. I do feel that Aquarius is quite inaccessible right now, meaning it's hard for other people to get invited or to come into Aquarius's life. You have a lot of private stuff going on. And even if you're married, even if you're, in a relationship, or if you have people close to you, even then you might be going through something really, really private. See, the thing about changing in this way on a molecular level is that it doesn't mean other people are. It's just you. Okay? Here's the Aquarius card, the King of Swords. I like that Aquarius and the card of Leo, so like that particular axis is coming out because it indicates to me the balance. And here you are, balance. There are things you need to do for yourself, and there are considerations for other people as well. Even though you may need to be the deliverer of bad news, or you may need to tell people something they don't want to hear, or do something that they're not going to like, you're still looking out for them. There's a lot of understanding of what's going on the other side. So someone may perceive that what you are doing, Aquarius, is selfish, but in actuality, it is particularly selfless. It's a weird way. It's like a very backdoor way of helping people. Like, for example, if I can, personal experience. I remember once when I was in high school and I was trying to be a model or whatever, and there was this photographer, and he and I worked together quite a bit, but he was older and a little creepy. And so I always kept my guard up with him because I didn't want it to get weird or inappropriate, right? Like, I was 18, so it's not like he was trying to do anything illegal or anything, but it was still like very creepy. And I remember one day when he called me and was like, I don't want to work with you anymore. I just really don't like you as a person. And obviously, as a kid, as an 18-year-old, that was like a knife to the heart. But also at the same time, even though it was a really weird relationship and I felt relieved that I was no longer having to work with him anymore, it also made me reflect a lot and be like, okay, well, he didn't like me from like a professional standpoint. What is it that I can do to become a better person or easier to work with or to express more gratitude or whatever? So even though it was a crappy situation just in general, I still learned something from it. And that was through him rejecting or saying something mean to me. But I never felt traumatized by that experience because it actually really made me think a lot about who I was. And it made me think, well, maybe I was a spoiled brat. Maybe I did, like whatever, maybe my guard was up a little too high. Maybe there wasn't anything weird about it, whatever the case was. But I learned a lot from that experience. And I kind of feel like that's the type of news that Aquarius is going to have to deliver to someone else. I just don't really like you that much, or I just don't think you're going to be the right person for the job. I don't think we share the same values or the same goals. Therefore, it doesn't make sense for us to continue on in this kind of relationship. It's just a knife to the heart, but also still really important for the other person to hear. It's going to help them to grow. Okay. So here we have the Page of Swords, the Chariot, and the Six of Cups. This Page of Swords tells me that Aquarius is really ready to run free. That you've felt trapped, you've felt blocked, you've felt frustrated, you have felt really honed in by a lot of circumstances, and you no longer want that. And that's probably one of the reasons why the relationship energy here is so important, because you understand that sometimes certain relationships make you feel trapped. And it's not that they're stable and you're misinterpreting it. It's that they genuinely make you feel trapped. Maybe the expectations are too high or whatever the case is. But I do think Aquarius is feeling very anxious and very antsy to get out and explore more and to meet more people and do more things and to achieve a lot more with that Chariot card. You're definitely wanting to go out and achieve more and wanting to become the type of person that you always knew you could be. There's a lot of inner drive here. This is what I mean by changing on this molecular level. There's a person inside of you. This is the beautiful thing about Pluto. There is a person inside of you that has been kept in the shadows. And it's almost as though you're getting ready to release the beast, if you will. And this is the beast in business, the beast in love, the beast in all sorts of avenues of life, where you can truly go and be unrestrained and unrestricted and just go after it as hard as you possibly can. Now, some Aquarians are going to cower in the face of that because it is so new and it is so scary. Okay, but Pluto demands, especially in the first house, it demands you to be raw and powerful and authentic. And when I say authentic, authenticity, not necessarily in terms of your personal preferences, like you prefer one type of food over another type of food, but it's like authenticity in terms of your true voice, your true opinion, and your ability to be really polarizing, regardless of what other people think and feel. Okay? There's something trying to get out. And I think it's the person that you always saw yourself as a child. You know, the person you romanticized when you were a child. But now you have so much more life experience. Now you have so much more grit, right? Like I think Saturn always, to some degree, puts you through circumstances and situations where you have to be gritty. And you have to scrap and climb and grasp, and you have to do whatever it takes to get you there. Okay, so you have that quality now to be able to climb, and it's all driven by something from a long, long, long time ago. And I almost think this is Aquarius not wanting to let down their inner child, to live up to the expectation of their 6-year-old self, to live the life that the 6-year-old self always knew that it would live. And see, this is something that not everyone can inherently understand, which is why this Knight of Cups is so important in this story. Because they will dream about it and talk about it all day long, but man, oh man, they are terrified of going to the places that you have been. So there's immediately a mismatch, all right? And I think this person is showing up in your life specifically now to get you to commit more deeply and more fully to this particular journey of yours. Okay? Sometimes people show up in our lives, or sometimes people hit a crossroads where there are big decisions. And I think Aquarius is at that point. So let's take a look here. Let's see for the clarifier. So for those of you who are new here, the cards I'm about to pull out are the cards we will cover in the comprehensive reading. The link for that will be found in the description box and the comment thread down below. So we usually talk for another 25 to 30 minutes about all of these cards. So we go a lot more in detail in the comprehensive. Knight of Cups. Okay. High Priestess. And, okay, I'm really drawn to all the blue here, Page of Cups. So what else is in the environment that Aquarius needs to be aware of? Seven of Swords, yeah, not surprising. There's too much fear in other people right now. I for some reason, I think Aquarius, it's like you're at a place where you can have one 20-second conversation, if you want to call it that, with someone, and you can immediately know, like, this person's too scared. They're too scared to live life. They're too scared to take chances. They're too scared for this, too scared for that. And it's like, well, that's not the type of person that I really need as my partner right now. I need someone who's going to be fearless. Hierophant, 8 of Cups. Now for the Hanged Man. 10 of Swords. Ace of Coins has been coming out really hard this month, and I think it's a lot bigger than we realize. I don't know, I'm just feeling a lot of weight. Like when it comes out, for me intuitively, it feels really heavy-handed. It's all about focus. Aquarius, you have to be focused this month. Oh, we got another Chariot. We have the 7 of Coins. We have the Knight of Swords. Page of Swords again. Ooh. Hold on. All right, well, we pull all these on accident, but we got them. Okay, so we have the Death card, the Magician, and then another 10 of Cups. The King of Swords. What else does Aquarius need to know here? Knight of Cups. There's a lot. See, I knew that Knight of Cups had a big place in your story. He just keeps coming out. He's come out 3 times already. I'm really loving the Queen of Cups right now, too. She's giving me such a good feeling. High Priestess. 2 High Priestess cards. Aquarius, you're going to have to be more ruthless with things. Hold on. There's too many there, but I will take the 6 of Wands since it came out on top. 6 of Cups. Okay, this is where we're going to pick up. All right, Aquarius, you guys know I love you. Have an amazing month, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.